Good afternoon, everyone. It is Monday, November 13th, 2023, and it is 4:40 p.m. This is the regular meeting of the Fall River Housing Authority. Attorney Souza, the open meeting law, please.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. The language for the open meeting law is as follows. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible.
Thank you. Martha, roll call.
Chairwoman Sahadi.
Here.
Vice Chairman Underhill.
Here.
Commissioner Burns.
Here.
Commissioner Bentley.
Present.
Commissioner Maderas.
Here.
Thank you. The first item on our agenda is citizens' input. Do we have any citizens here this evening? Seeing none. The second item is residents' input, please.
Thank you, Mary. I'll make it be quick. All of our resident leaders went to the National Conference in Marlboro. Thank you, David. That's a senior moment. Marlboro on Halloween night. They learned a few things. They all come back. They were happy. We're planning on having elections in a lot of our buildings. Right now, we have Mitchell is this coming Thursday. We're doing here at O'Brien on the 30th, up at the Flyers and all the doors this afternoon. We're doing the 14th, we're doing Doolin. In January, we're planning on doing Cattell and hopefully Home.
Great. Perfect.
That's when the National Union Conference for the spring should be very interesting for everybody.
Good. And the conference was good?
Yeah.
Excellent.
It was well run.
Excellent.
Well, David's chairman, so.
David, do you have anything to add?
No, I was just named chairman because the chairperson stepped down. I was vice chair, so
Well,
I assumed the position
on
until
your
the
new
election in
appointment.
spring. Thank you. Congrats.
And Barbara will be nominating David.
Gotcha. I'll have to agree. Okay, item 2 on the agenda is the minutes of the postponed regular meeting, which was held on October 16th, 2023. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes, or does anyone have any changes to the minutes?
Make a motion to accept. Second.
Any concerns with regard to them? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 3 is bills and communications. You have the packet of vouchers in your packet today. Do I have a motion to accept the vouchers as presented?
Motion to accept vouchers as presented.
Second. Any questions with regard to them? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 3 are the management reports. You have the application report, the occupancy report. The third report is the tenants' accounts receivable report. You have the work order report. 5 is the monthly Section 8 voucher activity report. 6 is the monthly personnel count report. 7 is the Director of Modernization's monthly report. And 8 is the bank investment and bond debt balance report. Do I have a motion to accept these reports as presented?
I'll make a motion to accept the reports as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions with regard to any of these reports? These are the September reports. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 5 are the financial reports. Again, these are for the 6-month ended September 30th, 2023. You have the consolidated reports as well as the individual reports. These are the monthly reports. Any questions?
Motion
Motion.
to accept the monthly financial statements for September.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions with regard to any of them? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Item B, under financial reports, is the state quarterly modernization report. It too is for the period ended September 30th, 2023. The recommended action here is to approve these reports.
Make a motion to approve the reports.
Second.
Any questions with regard to the quarterly modernization reports? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
And item C is the state quarterly operating report. This is also for the month ended September 30, 2023. This report, you have the balance sheet as well as the quarterly operating reports for the housing authority programs.
Make a motion to accept the reports as presented.
Second.
Any questions with regard to these reports? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Item D is permission to allow Bay Coast Bank to insure all Forever Housing Authority funds with FDIC insurance accounts versus collateralized accounts through their IntraFi Cash Service ICS network. Do we have, I don't,
We have a gentleman here tonight
Perfect.
to answer any questions on behalf of Bay Coast.
thank you. Can you come to the table, please, sir?
Thank you for having me. My name is Ryan Madison. I'm from Bay Coast Bank. I work in the cash management and municipality department, and I'm here to answer any questions about ICS or IntraFi.
If you could at least give us a little bit of description as to what it is and how it compares to FDIC and then the diff insurance as well.
Well, sure. Well, it is FDIC insurance. What it is with big organizations like the Fall River Housing Authority and other authorities around municipalities in the area, they're taking their large balance accounts and they're allowing us to move anything over $240,000 into what is the ICS program. And I believe I provided handouts for everybody. But what this does is it takes away the need for us to bond the money, but it also gives you dollar for dollar FDIC insurance. So you don't have to worry about the 250, because how this works is there is a multitude of banks across the country that are in this system, and they send us money while we send them money for our clients, and you spread it out to as many banks as you need. So in your case, where we're looking at 15 million plus, we would need a lot of banks for that to cover you 240 at each spot. So what this company does is it takes the money that's over 240,000 in the account, spreads it out between other FDIC insurance banks, and at the end of the day, you are covered dollar for dollar.
If I could just add, and we still only receive one statement from Bay Coast. We wouldn't get multiple statements.
Correct. So
from-
you get the statement from Bay Coast, but you'd also get a statement from ICS, and that's used for reconciliation. So you know at where your money is at any time. You can log in to their website, and it will show you what bank your money's at and how much.
So you guys manage all of that? Is
Everything.
there like a point person, one point person on your side that?
Michael Leary is the point person on our side, but, I'm sorry, what was the second part of your question?
Just that who, is there like one point person
Oh,
that
sure.
someone from Housing Authority would be able to work with, just to?
Yeah, so I'll leave my cards here. You can call me directly with any questions if you have. But yeah, Michael Leary is the head of the municipality department.
And are there still multiple accounts? So I just opened quickly one of the reports that we just voted on, and we have multiple accounts. Is this going to be all combined and consolidated into one account?
No.
Making it more difficult to reconcile, or are these going to remain as individual accounts?
Exactly. So they remain as individual accounts. Each account has an account associated with it through IntraFi, so that it's linked just to that account. So when you reconcile with ICS, it will only link to that account. It's not one big pot of money.
Okay.
The account numbers you have, the online banking that you use, everything still stays the same. You still make deposits the same. The only thing that's changed is how we insure you.
Okay, perfect. Perfect, thank you.
Is this something new, or is it new to Bay Coast, or has it been in existence?
I'll give you some history. Basically, how this came about was we're growing rapidly, and we offer our customers diff insurance. And when you get up to when you get up to $3 billion, they send out a letter saying that you have 1 year left in diff insurance, and then you're removed. So we're getting out in front of this. So we wanted to move money before we got to that limit. So we've been able to move $60 million off the books, and we've been doing it for 3 months now. So our plan is to contact municipalities, our housing authorities, see if they find interest and need in this, and in a lot of cases they do. So basically, at the end of once you sign on to the process, you'll get the log on, you'll be able to see every single dollar. Nothing changes as far as how you're banking.
So I have one other question in terms, so you mentioned earlier that this money is spread out, 240,000 to a number of different banks. If you need a large amount in a short amount of time, is that a challenge, or
No.
it's not?
And the way how it works, your money's still liquid.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a cutoff time of 2:30 for deposits, and then they settle out through the day. So as long as you're making your deposits before 2:30, then there's really no change at all to your day-to-day. The money is completely at your fingertips whenever you want it. So when you log in, it might say 240,000 in your Bay Coast account. The actual balance could be 10 million because the rest is spread out, but you have complete access to it.
I don't know if everyone knows what diff insurance is, but you might want to explain that over and above the FDIC.
Yeah, diff insurance is something that we've offered our customers for a long, long time. And what it does is that it insures you past the $250,000 for FDIC. So a lot of our small businesses take advantage of this money, utilizing it to secure their funds when they go past $250,000. So that's what diff insurance is. So when diff insurance goes away, you get the letter, and then you have to figure out how to give your customers exactly what they're looking for. And this is one way to do it, is to get out in front of this and move money into the IDF program so that it frees up cap space on our diff insurance for our small business customers and our regular day-to-day customers.
Is there a fee involved?
There isn't, no. There is a fee to us, but we're also getting a benefit out of this. So we aren't charging our customers. Some institutions have gone to charging per account. We're not doing that. We're just going to offer it as a free service to our municipalities.
Thank you.
And in situations where they are being charged, do you know what those charges
I've
amount
seen
to?
as high as $40 an account.
Oh, okay.
Is there any minimum that you have to?
Well, we only do it for accounts that are over 250,000. So in the case of the Fall River Housing Authority, there's 4 or 5 accounts that fit that criteria. So I think one of your questions was, what about all the other accounts? Those are still covered by DIF.
Okay.
So that would still be covered dollar for dollar. This money would be for the bigger, heavier accounts that have large balances that would be doing this. So it would only affect 4 or 5 accounts.
Any other questions? Do we have a motion to approve moving the accounts from the FDIC to the ICS network?
I'll make a motion for approval.
Second.
No other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
you.
And I'll leave some business cards
Perfect.
as follow-up questions.
Perfect, thank you.
Thanks.
Very well.
The next item on our agenda is an update from our executive director.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Good evening. Just a few things. First, I've been in communication with, communications or discussions with Jim Pimentel. He's an organizer from the Bricklayers and Allied Craftsmen's Union. Mason represents Masons. It's a unique trade to us as we do have an on-call contractor, vendor for this work. We don't have a staff mason. We did have 2 on-calls, but one has gotten busy and kind of dropped off. So what Jim was telling me, what the union has done with the city of Quincy and the Lynn Housing Authority, they have these direct hire agreements where they, if the town, city, housing authority would need masonry work, they can contact the union and get a member directly, and they get paid the hourly, the benefits. And part of it, the goal is you're, you know, you're supporting the local unions and you're hiring people in the area directly. So I just wanted to put it out there for discussion only. If it's something that you're, you feel comfortable with, I can get into more details with Jim and maybe get a sample contract. And if you're okay with it, we can sign the agreement with them or not. But it is something that we've talked about a while, and he's asked me to bring up, and so I'm doing that. And currently, I'm also, if you're in agreement, thinking about reaching out to the closest plumbers union as well, because we do have an advertisement out for 3 plumbers. We haven't had a positive response. We're still reaching out. Ed has been giving our job descriptions and ads to the different plumbing supply houses. We do have on-call vendors, which is good. We do have Ed and another director as master plumbers, but the hope is that we can hire full-time plumbers, but in the meantime, maybe explore that as well. And again, we're supporting the unions and hopefully getting local tradespeople. It's just another tool in the toolbox in these crazy times where it's certain trades it's a little difficulty in. So I don't know if you have any feedback that you wanted to add for or against.
Just a question, I'm just thinking about if you were hiring your own person. I'm thinking about wage rates, that's all. So if you had your own person, their salary, or, right, so they're on your payroll. If you were going out for bid, you'd ask them for the Davis-Bacon wage rates, and they'd have to bid. So how does that work with the local union? If you're hiring, is it just as if you're hiring a company? Are they required to make sure they're doing the Davis-Bacon wage rates?
Yeah, they have a schedule of what the rate is and all the fringes and all the benefits that they receive, that the union members receive. And we would treat it just like we would treat an on-call vendor that submits their hourly for that work. And if we needed plumbing services or masonry services, and we were to utilize a vendor, we would be paying X amount of dollars per hour to that vendor. If we had a direct hire agreement, we would be paying that hourly rate to the union on behalf of that tradesperson.
And the union would take care of everything else, all the benefits and insurance.
Yeah, whatever the total hourly package is.
So
that's
no
what-
different really than a vendor.
It's no different. It would be treated the same way as a vendor. A vendor, we have a contract with. The union, we would have a contract
In
with.
essence, the union would be the vendor.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So just another option that I'm trying to explore and work out, again, in these funky times where, there's a lot of work going on out there, and reputable vendors and tradespeople are working. I think I'm optimistic about filling our internal plumbing positions. It's going to take a little bit of time. I think the challenge is most people, when they're looking for a job, the first thing they look at is the hourly rate. Whereas with the Housing Authority, we offer a lot more than that with all of our paid holidays, our annual time, our sick time, our personal time, our working hours. It's trying to get that communicated to the individuals that may be interested, and then they might say, hey, this really is a good deal. It beats traveling 45 minutes to an hour every day. You may be getting a higher hourly rate, but they're not working, they're not getting paid. They probably have very limited paid holidays, if any. So we kind of anticipated this, but in our internal discussions, we just want tradespeople that are reliable, that are knowledgeable, that understand this environment, and that are willing to work and not buck us on every turn, so to speak. So on that, I'll keep the communications going. If you'd like, I can have a sample agreement next meeting. Maybe I'll put it on the agenda, and I'll put it under an approval or
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It doesn't really call for approval, but I would be in favor of you doing what you have to do to bring back a proposal and just see what it sounds like, something that works for both sides, so.
Yeah.
Worth exploring, and you bring it in front of us and get it approved.
And like with anything that's different, I always like to bring it to you for your input, and so you're fully in the loop on what's going on and in favor of it. So I'll do that. Next thing I have, once again, we're collaborating with the Boys and Girls Club. Joey De Silva ran a few membership drives at Sunset Hill, Benny Costa, Maple Gardens, and we got about 10 or 11 kids to join at a reduced membership, which the Boys Club and Girls Club is offering. So that's going to be starting next week, twice a week. We'll have transportation where they'll pick up the kids at Sunset, Benny, and Maple, and then drop them off a few hours later. So between us and the Boys Club, we'll be sharing. We're paying for the monitor, and they're paying for the transportation. So, and we may be eligible for reimbursement of the transportation through community development. There may be a program that reimburses for transportation costs. And the last thing, which I'm surprised Ed failed to mention, Wednesday we'll be starting a farmer's market at Father DeFerrio Village for the families. We have the one at Cardinal Maderas every Friday through the winter, and this one will be every Wednesday through the winter in the community hall there. So the residents and the neighbors in that area will have an opportunity to purchase some produce at the farmer's market. So I beat you to it.
I'm so used to having it every week now.
And that's all I have.
Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is new business. Item 1 is monetization. A is a certificate of substantial completion for roof replacement, Phase 5 at Sunset Hill.
I'll make a motion to accept the certificate of substantial completion roof replacement at Sunset Hill.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Item B is the Executive Office of Housing and Livable Communities Capital Improvement Plan, CIP. The recommended action is approval. It is actually pending approval with the Executive Office of Housing and Livable Communities as we speak.
Just a little insight on that. What do you mean? What am I missing?
So every plan or document that involves the old DHCD, which is now the EOHLC.
You did better than I.
You need board approval prior, and then it's always pending their
Okay.
final approval.
All
Just
right.
like when we do substantial completion on mod projects, it's always pending their final approval.
All right. Make a motion to approve then.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item 2 is miscellaneous. A is the residential moving and storage services. The recommended action is to award a 3-year contract to Walter Monas Moving and Storage Company, W&W Moving and Storage, with 2 separate and distinct 1-year options for renewal.
Make a motion for approval.
Second.
Any questions? Okay. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Item B is the emergency snow and ice remediation and plowing services. We have to do that again this year? Snow and ice? Damn. The recommended action is to award the service contract to Paul Nunes and Sons for Sunset Hill, Father Devarius Village, and Pleasant View.
I'll make a motion to award the contracts for snow removal for those locations.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And item C is the 2024-2025 agency plan kickoff meeting. This is for information only. It's going to be held on November 15th, 2023. Next on the agenda is personnel. A is the resignation of an employee. The recommended action is to accept the resignation of Craig Soares. He was a maintenance mechanic, and it was effective, or will be effective, or was effective, sorry, on October 20th, 2023.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item B is also a resignation of an employee. This is to accept the resignation of Joshua Furtado. He was a plumber, and that was effective on October 26, 2023.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Joshua Furtado.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item C is the termination of an employee, and this is to ratify the termination.
Motion to ratify termination.
Second.
Martha, roll call on this one, please.
Commissioner Maderas?
Yes.
Commissioner Burns?
Yes.
Commissioner Bentley?
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Chairwoman Sahadi?
Yes. Item D is a clerk interviewer position for public housing. The recommended action is to ratify Michelle Starrett, effective October 23rd, 2023.
Make an appointment to ratify the appointment.
Second.
Commissioner Burns?
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Commissioner Bentley?
Yes.
Commissioner Maderas?
Yes.
Chairwoman Sahadi?
Yes. The next position is a painter, Class 2 position. This is to ratify the appointment of Simon Souza. Do I have a motion?
Motion to ratify the appointment of Simon Souza.
Second?
Thank you.
Commissioner Maderas?
Yes.
Commissioner Bentley?
Yes.
Commissioner Burns?
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Chairwoman Sahadi?
Yes. And the last position on the agenda this evening is a carpenter. It's also Class 2 position. It's to ratify the appointment of Daniel Pereira.
Make a motion to ratify the appointment.
Second.
Thank you.
Commissioner Burns?
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Commissioner Bentley?
Yes.
Commissioner Maderos?
Yes.
Chairman Sahadi?
Yes, thank you. We have nothing else unless someone has a question or concern coming before us this evening. So do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.